Hi there, and welcome back to the PAAR Presidential Update Podcast. I'm Molly Horine, your 2026 PAAR President, and I'd like to welcome our guest today, Carla Dane, the PAAR Chief Executive Officer.
Thanks, Molly, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So we've got a lot of great things happening at the association. So today I'm putting Carla on the hot seat to walk us through some updates you won't want to miss.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, let's start with something we've been hearing more and more about, REALTOR Connect. For anyone who hasn't been, what is that all about?
REALTOR Connect is a once-a-week networking opportunity for all our members. We meet every Tuesday at 8:30, and we typically wrap up at 9:30 or 10, depending on the length of the speaker. But I'm also there between 8:30 and 9 just to field questions. If we had tried to do CEO office hours, and unfortunately we didn't have anyone take advantage of it. So we wanted to make sure that that's an opportunity if there's a question that you have, and typically a member of our board of directors is there to help explain kind of what's happening at PAAR.
So it's at the PAAR office then?
Yeah, it's at the PAAR office. Next week, we're on the 21st, we're going to have Jeff Baker from Granite Mountain Interagency Hotshot Crew. He's going to be our keynote speaker. And then the week after that, we're going to have Ron Fain from the Fain Signature Group, and he's going to talk about land use and open space.
Ooh, that's great. Ron's a great speaker as well. So along with REALTOR Connect, what should members also have on their radar?
We have lots of great events coming up. We are in the first year of a new 3-year strategic plan. And part of that plan, we want to make sure that we're providing training opportunities, connecting opportunities, and making sure that we're really listening to our members and what they want and what they need. And some of the things that we're doing involve fundraising and community outreach. And we're really excited about our May 1st event. It's the PAAR Pink Phillies Party, and we are partnering to fundraise with Summit 4x4's Trails for Tatas. They have an amazing track record of fundraising for the YRMC Breast Cancer Center here, which has a great reputation, and they do a really great job. So all the proceeds for that event are going to go to them. And it's kind of a spin on the Kentucky Derby. For those of you who followed the Derby, there's a race called the Kentucky Oaks that happens the day before, and that's where the young fillies race. So on May 1st, we're going to have our own Kentucky Oaks party and watch the fillies race, play games, eat good food, and have just a great time.
Oh, that sounds so much fun. Heather was telling me a little bit about that, and that just sounds like a great time. So we will link all the details for the event in the podcast description.
That would be great. Thank you so much. We have another event happening on April 22nd at the PAAR office, and our YPN group, that stands for Young Professionals Network. I love Realtor acronyms. There are so many of them, so we want to make sure that we go through all of them.
Yep.
They've put together a panel to discuss starting your real estate business. With just a really great group of individuals. And it's not just for, young at heart. It's young, it's new into the business. It's all, you need seasoned professionals who need a jumpstart on their business plan. We want to make sure that everybody knows that they are invited. We have seats available. It starts at 11 at the PAAR office.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one. I was so glad that I was able to wrangle Jeff Hyland to be able to be on that great group of panelists. So that's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's a great group. We're really excited. The next event we have, Vocal About Local. It's going to talk about transportation. A guest from Y-Plan, or known as Yavapai Plan, formerly known as SIMPO, or the Central Yavapai Metropolitan Planning Organization. Of course,
Talking
we stumbled on
about
that one.
acronyms,
Yeah, SIMPO, now Y-Plan. That's going to be at Starting Point Church on May 29th. Please save the date. And then the next event I want to mention is that we are partnering with First Things First and GRIT, which is a partnership of a number of businesses in the chambers in our area, for a child care economic growth event. And if you were lucky enough to be one of the attendees at Dr. Jessica Lott's economic forecast, she talked about the impact of child care costs on housing affordability. So it's a really important topic, and it's really great that business leaders are meeting to discuss this. On April 24th, we're going to be up in Chino Valley at Grace Church, and it's a really strategic conversation for regional business and economic leaders, and it's a good one to be in the room for.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know PAAR has implemented something called Member Feedback Center. Can you tell us what that is for?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we want to make sure is that we are directly receiving feedback that we can take and put into practice. So the Member Feedback Center is your direct line to making a difference. It's a space where you can submit suggestions, report MLS issues, or share ideas for improvements in the MLS. Members can actually vote on suggestions, and then those ideas are reviewed by the MLS committee, so the feedback you submit can directly influence improvements in the multiple listing service.
Well, that's awesome. I remember I was on the MLS committee when we were trying to implement that, so that's great that that's finally coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of community service and outreach opportunities for our members. What's the next thing you are planning?
Yeah, so our charitable foundation, Caring Partners, has really ramped up the community service and outreach aspect for this year. So you'll see that in our newsletter. There are so many different opportunities for you to sign up for with a direct link. We have a Wrapped in Love wrapping party coming on April 15th. That's this Wednesday, 9:30 to 11. And Wrapped in Love, we're partnering with them to collect hygiene items, feminine hygiene, diapers, and then we're actually going to be wrapping those up at the office. So we would love to have some volunteers come and help us.
That's wonderful. I love wrapping up presents. So we'll be sure to add that link to our podcast description as well. But before we, quote, wrap up, I want to touch on something fun, the PAAR store. Can you tell us more about that?
Thanks so much. Yeah, we've made it really convenient. Members can both shop online and in person now. We have partnered with a large association that has really figured out e-commerce and how to drop ship. And so we're leveraging their inventory to augment what we don't have in the store. So there's two options. You can either come in person or you can check out what's online on our store. And we're also doing a spring cleaning sale. We have a lot of writers that are still very valuable that members should take advantage of, and they're as low as $2.
Wow.
So please come stop by the office and see what we have.
Wow, so many great tools and opportunities and ways to stay connected. There's really is something for everyone right now at PAAR, and thank you, Carla, for your time today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, everyone, we hope you heard something today that you got excited to jump in and get involved. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a guest on this podcast, we have request forms available for you to submit in our podcast description. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.